Hello friends, back to the session. We were doing series, and in this session I'll discuss, as I told you, type 3 and a few questions. Okay, let's see what is type 3 in this series. Here we have a question. The question says 1, 8, 27, 64, 125 and a question mark. So let's check out what would be at the place of the question mark. Let's see. First of all, the pre-requirement, as I told you, the pre-requirement remains the same, and that is, first let's check out the difference of the first number and the second number. The difference of the first number and the second number here is 7. In this case, that is the second and third number is 27 minus 8, that goes on to be 19. Here in this case it goes on to be 37. Here in this case is 61. So we see that in the difference nothing is constant. There is not a pattern that we can attach in the series, in this pattern. Okay, so let's find another way that we can do this question from. Okay, first see that the first number over here is 1, the second number over here is 8, the third number over here is 27. As you remember folks, the last session we did, when we were finishing off with the session, it was of the squares. Over here we can see that 1 can be written as the cube of 1, 8 can be written as the cube of 2, 27 can be written as the cube of 3, 64 can be written as the cube of 4, and 125 can be written as the cube of 5. So here we see that there is a difference of natural numbers that are cubed. That is, here is the difference is basically the numbers are not the difference. The numbers are over here the cube of natural numbers. So we have started from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the next natural number that is coming up next would be 6, and the cube of 6 over here would be 216. So friends, what I would want you to say is that you have to check if the question does not have some pattern, if it does not show some pattern, that is something like a definite pattern. So we have to check for the squares or the cubes of the number over here, as we have seen. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Over here the question says 112, 114, 123, 151, 260. Let's first see the difference between these two. The difference between these two would be 2. The difference between these two would be 9. The difference between these two would be 28. The difference between these two would be 65. Right. So here we see that the difference over here does not have a pattern. There is no pattern amongst the difference itself, that is 2, 9, 28, 65. We cannot find a pattern in the difference. Let's apply the cube rule over here. Here we can see it's 2. So 2 can be written as 1's cube plus 1. Here the second number is 9. It can be written as cube of 2 plus 1, that is 8 plus 1, 9. Here it is 28, that is cube of 3 plus 1, that is 27 plus 1, 28. Here we can see it's 65, that is cube of 4 plus 1. Over here folks, we have seen that the difference is actually the natural number cube plus 1. So it's the plus 1 plus incremented 1 of the cube of a natural number. So it's 1's cube, that is 1 plus 1 2, 2's cube, that is 8 plus 1 9, 3's cube, that is 27 plus 1 28. 4's cube, that is 64 plus 1, 65. So next in line would be 5. And the cube of 5 would be 125 plus 1, 126. So we have to add 126 to this number. And when we add 126 to this number, we get 342. So friends, 342 would come in the place of this question mark. Let's check out another question on this. Over here we have the series and it's starting with two similar terms. That is 64, then again 64, and then 73, 99, 164 and a question mark. So as usual, we have to find out what would come in the place of the question mark. First of all, the requirement remains the same. Every time I'm going on saying the requirement remains the same. That is, we have to check for the difference first. First of all, we'll check for the difference, and the difference over here is evident. That is 0. Over here, it is 9. Over here, it would be 26. Over here, it would be 65. And then there's a question mark. So let's check it out. Let's see. 0, 9, 26, 20, 65. Doesn't make any sense. Does it, friends? Yes, it does make some sense. Let's see how it makes sense. 0. Over here we have seen that 1's cube plus 1 is 2. If we write 1's cube minus 1, then it would be 0. This is 9. We wrote 2's cube plus 1, that is 9. So over here it's the same. 2's cube plus 1. Over here this was 3's cube plus 1, that is 27 plus 1, 28. Here it is 3's cube minus 1. That is 26. 27 minus 1, 26. Over here, this was 4's cube plus 1, 65. Over here, it's the same. 4's cube plus 1, that is 65. So what is happening over here, friends, is that now alternatively, the odd numbers cube, we subtract 1. From the cube of the odd numbers, that is 1, 3, we subtract 1. And to the even numbers, the cube of the even numbers, we add 1, that is 2, 4. So the next odd number that would be in line 1, 3, and the next odd number would be 5. So here it would be 5's cube minus 1, as we are subtracting 1 from the odd numbers, from the cube of the odd numbers rather. So it would be 125 minus 1 goes on to be 124. So we have to add 124 to this number and then we get the answer. So it would be 288. So friends, as we have seen, there are not much questions. There is not much variety. All the variety that is introduced is basically by subtracting 1 or adding 1 to the squares or cubes of a number. Friends, here type 3 ends. We move on to the questions. Okay, this is a question that featured in a certain bank's PO examination. Let's check out what the series is. Over here the series says 36, 54, 38, 56, 40. So let's check out the difference first. The difference over here is 18, and then in the next phase the difference gets to minus. So we see over here that the difference methodology would basically not work over here. So what should we do? Let's check out. There is another way. So as to check the questions of the series pattern. This is called the alternate series pattern. First of all, you have to check the alternate numbers. See over here, now it is beginning to make some sense that 36, 38 and 40. First of all, we add 2 to 1, 2 to this number 36 and we get 38, and then we add 2 to 38 to get 40. This is basically going on alternatively. So the second would be attached with the fourth, and the fourth would be attached with the sixth number. Over here the first number is attached to the third number and the third number is attached to the fifth number. and the alternate goes, the second number would be attached to the fourth number, and the fourth number would be attached to the sixth number. That is 54 plus 2, 56, and 56 plus 2 would be 58. So this is known as the alternate series. Okay friends, let's check out the second question over here. The second question over here says 24, 42, 78, 132. First of all, let's check out the difference between. The difference between these two is 18. Over here, the difference is 36. Over here, we have to find out the difference because it is not going in minus as it was in the above question. So, we'll carry on finding the difference and see if it makes a difference to the question. Okay, so the first difference is 18, the second difference is 36, the third difference over here, when we subtract, we get 54. So friends, over here, this is something that is progressive. In 18's table, there is 18, 36, 54. So basically, as we have done the one of the questions in the earlier sessions, it was a table of 3. Over here, it's a table of 18. 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36, 18 threes are 54, and 18 fours are 72. So friends, over here 72 would be added and hence the answer would be 204. Friends, this is it for the session. I hope you have got the series fundas very firmly in your brains, and for any further help you can mail me at touraholic, abhay_touraholic@rediffmail.com. Thank you for watching the videos. May God bless. Thank you.